Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com as we continue to break down Alabama versus LSU in every single facet of the game. Today, we're talking about the Alabama offensive line versus LSU defensive line. You can rewatch the videos right here on our YouTube channel. Check out BamaInsider.com for all the coverage. You got to start out with Alabama's offensive line, and it starts with Alex Leatherwood, who's a left tackle, real anchor of this offensive line, along with Jedrick Wills. Leatherwood is 6'6", 310 pounds, has a PFF grade of 79.7. Now at the left guard position, you're going to have a true freshman. That's Evan Neal, a monster of a man, 6'7", 360 pounds. His PFF grade is 67.1. That's actually the lowest among the offensive linemen. I think long-term he projects more as an offensive tackle, but I think he's showing his versatility as he started every game at the guard position for Alabama. Very good lineman, but I think when you look at guys that could potentially get beat, Evan Neal could be one of them. Landon Dickerson is a grad transfer from Florida State who's just been a tremendous add to the Alabama offensive line. When he first arrived in Tuscaloosa, he gained everyone's respect right away because of his hard work, his grind. He eventually became the starter at the guard position, at the right guard position, and then Alabama switched him to the starting center position. This guy is big, nasty. He's a type of offensive lineman that we've seen get under opposing defenders' skin. Got a guy kicked out against Duke in game 1, and this is a guy who will peel back and knock defenders on their tail. Really fiery defender. Nick Saban's really high on Dickerson, and his play speaks for himself on the season. His PFF grade is 74.3. Now, when we look at the right guard position, this is Deonte Brown. Deonte Brown was suspended for the first 4 games of the season, but since his return, Alabama's offensive line has really grown and developed that camaraderie that they were looking for. Deonte Brown certainly a pivotal piece to this offensive line now that he's been at that right guard position. You've seen the running game improve. You've seen the pass blocking improve. Just the overall addition since Deonte Brown has been back has obviously been very positive for the Crimson Tide. At the right tackle position, you have Jedrick Wills. Jedrick Wills has so much experience. He started every game this season, every game last season, even saw time as a freshman, 6'5", 316 pounds. He has a PFF grade, get this, of 90.3. Now, in the past, we've seen Jedrick Wills make a couple mental errors. That was last year. This year, he's really played like an upperclassman, and we've really seen him develop his game overall. Does an exceptional job in pass protection. This guy has to have a big game going up against LSU. Now, when we look at LSU's defensive line, this is a big boy at the defensive tackle position. Tyler Shelvin, 6'3", 346 pounds, barely fits in the screen. PFF grade 85.7 with 26 tackles on the year. This man is coming. He's a run stuffer. And then also you have Rashard Lawrence. Now, he started against Auburn, 6'2", 308 pounds. He's more athletic. He can get to the quarterback. He can make plays in the backfield. PFF grade of 69.0. And then at the other defensive end position, you're going to have Glenn Logan. This guy's a fiery player, 6'4", 309 pounds, PFF grade of 70.9, 12 tackles on the season. So these are the guys up front that are really going to push Alabama or try to around come game time. Neil Farrell Jr. is another name to know, 6'4", 300 pounds. PFF grade of 81.3 is another run stuffer on this unit, 31 tackles on the season. As you can see, LSU has plenty of big bodies that they like to rotate in. Brandon Fehoko is another name to know, 6'2", 291 pounds, PFF grade 69.1, 13 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss. Now, their pass rusher is going to be Kavon Chasen, 6'4", 255 pounds. I like him coming off the edge. He's got a good spin move. He can get to the quarterback. Not a lot of sacks on the season, only 2 sacks. He does have quite a bit of quarterback hurries, 27 tackles, but this is a guy that can cause problems. Now, he's going to go up against Jedrick Wills and probably Major Tennyson, who's going to be the tight end for Alabama, but Kavon Chasen be a guy that really causes Alabama problems come game time. Now, when we look at these two teams side by side, you see that the Alabama pass blocking grade is 80.5. You see that the run blocking grade is 85.3. They've only allowed 9 sacks on the season. They keep Tua upright. This is a team with a lot of veteran experience. The LSU defensive line, a rush grade on the defensive side, 74.2, run defensive grade of 94.3, and 20 sacks on the season. What do you think? Sound off in the comment box. Do you think that Alabama's offensive line will be able to hold LSU's defensive line come game time? Stay tuned for our next preview as we continue to look at the Alabama Crimson Tide versus LSU matchup.